Hello everyone, I'm back again and I'm showing you another crochet top which I personally designed. It is made with different stitches such as double crochets, single crochets, and also featuring the crochet braided stitch, okay, at the bottom part of this top. I embellished this also with glittering beads and a button. Meanwhile, on the cleavage part, I used the shell stitches, so I'm gonna show you how it's done later. By the way, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified of my upcoming videos, and also like this video after watching it. Okay, so the materials I used are the following. I have here a cotton poly blend from Ashley's Crochet. So there's no grams indicated in the label. These are the available yarns from the store. And the color is golden yellow. So I also have here a smaller cake which is Indophile from Mrs. Johannes de Belen. And I used 2.5mm hook, a pair of scissors, darning needle, a button, and beads for the tassel and the crystal beads. Okay, I began this top by making a slip knot. And then I made the foundation chain of 10. Okay, so this time we're going to make double crochets for the first row. So please skip 3 stitches, and then on the next will be a double crochet. So the 3 chains will be considered as 1 double crochet. So at this time we already have 3 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the last chain we will have 2 double crochets. Okay, so meaning to say we will have 9 double crochets on the first row. So we increased on the last chain. For row 2, we will have 3 chains and 1 double crochet on the same stitch, and then 1 double crochet on the succeeding chain. Okay, so we will only be increasing on one side. Okay, so row 2 we increased in the beginning of the row. In row 1 I increased at the last part. So this time I'm going to have 10 double crochets already because I increased in the beginning of row 2. So remember, the last part is just a double crochet, 1 double crochet. Okay, for row 3 again, so 3 chains, and then move to the next chain, and 1, and then another 1, and then on the last chain will be an increase. So if you have 9 on row 1, 10 double crochets on row 2, this time you'll have 11 because we increased on this part. Again, you will only be increasing on one side, and then start a new row with 3 chains and then double crochet. Okay, so just repeat what I did. So on the upper part will be an increase, and on the next stitches will be 1 double crochet each. Okay, so just repeat this pattern on the succeeding rows. So it will be up to you how long you want this to be. On this top, I made 32 rows. Now I'm down on my last row, so 3 chains, and then 1 double crochet on the next. The increase will be at the last stitch of this row. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to double crochet twice on the last. This is the last. Okay, and then please don't cut the yarn as much as possible. If you wanted to continue double crocheting to connect the 2 parts, make sure that on the right you have 32 rows, and on the left you only have 31 rows. Now if you have made both with 32 rows, you just cut the yarn and weave it at the center to connect. But again, if you wanted to continue double crocheting without cutting the yarn, make sure that the one on the right is 32 rows, or consists of 32 rows, and the left will be 31 rows. Okay, so because I cut the yarn, I just weave it the last 2 rows of it. Okay, and then continue doing that, and make sure that it won't disconnect. Okay, so this time I'm going to add chains or double crochets on the cleavage part. Okay, I made a slip knot and then connected it on the right part of my top, and then 3 chains, which is considered as 1 double crochet, and then I just made 1 double crochet on each chain. At this point, please look closely because I'm going to create a triangular or a diamond shape space at the center. So I left 2 remaining chains, but on the next I will have an unfinished double crochet and continue it with a double crochet together on the next. Okay. After doing that, just continue putting 1 double crochet on each of the stitches. Okay, at this point, there will be no more increases at all. Just make another row, starting with 3 chains, and then 1 double crochet on the next. We just continue the row with 1 double crochet on each of the chain, and then we will pause for a moment before we reach the middle part. Okay, now we're here, and we're going to skip, so this is the center. We're going to skip 4. Actually, it's only 3 because on the next will be an unfinished double crochet, and then skip another 3 and continue the double crochet together, okay, to form another space at the center, and then just continue with 1 double crochet on the rest of the chains. Okay, so another 3 for the last row. It's actually second to the last because on the very last we're going to create a shell stitch. So just continue and do exactly as what I did on the previous row. So skip 3. Okay, and double crochet together on the 4th. And then continue with a double crochet. This time, start with a chain 1 and then skip 2 chains and make 5 double crochets on this same stitch. We're already creating a shell stitch, and then after that skip 2 and chain 1 on the next, Okay, and then skip again 2 chains, and then on the next will be 5 double crochets. Next will be skip 2 chains and single crochet, another skipping of 2 chains and 5 double crochets on the next. Okay, so just continue that, and then just make 1 single crochet at the center or at the middle part. Okay, so we're down on the middle part. This chain will be 1 single crochet only, and then just skip another chains and make 5 double crochets. So this is how you do the shell stitch. Okay, we're down on the last chain, so just single crochet on the last. I'm also doing here the straps, so kindly make 2 chains and then go back to where you have made a single crochet, and then make a double crochet. So after that, just make another 2 chains and then double crochet on the space, and then another double crochet. Okay, so just repeat that on the other side. I haven't mentioned I changed the color of the cleavage part and the straps. I made it white, and this is in the fill. Okay, so I'm going to create a lining now on the bottom part by using the in the fill yarn white color. We'll just have to place 2 single crochets on each of the double crochets. Okay, by the way, the yellow yarn is double pull because it is cotton and it's very thin. Its thickness is almost equivalent to 4-ply in the fill yarn. Okay, now we're almost on the middle of it. Okay, just continue making 2 single crochets, and then at the very center, just place 1 single crochet. Okay, and then continue with 2 single crochets. Again, 2 single crochets on each of the stitches, and then at the very center will be 1 single crochet only. Okay, and then just cut the yarn and insert the next color. Make 4 chains, and then skip 1 chain, proceed to the next. Make sure that you have skipped 1 chain. Okay, so you're going to skip that and proceed to the next one and make a double crochet and chain 1. Go back to the chain where you have skipped, and then make almost similar to puff stitch. Okay, so just yarn over thrice and then pull it through, and then chain 1. Okay, again double crochet, skip 1 first, double crochet on the next, and then chain 1, and then go back to where you have skipped, yarn over twice and thrice, and pull it through. Okay, it's almost similar when you make a puff stitch. The difference is that you make an unfinished double crochet in the beginning of the puff stitch. Okay, this is what we call a crochet braided stitch, because later it's going to look like a braided stitch. Okay, so just continue that and you'll be able to create this one. Okay, on the last part of the row, just make a chain of 1 and then 1 double crochet, and then proceed with 3 chains, On this space, you're going to skip this. You must have spaces at either side. Okay, so for the next one, you're just going to double crochet and chain 1, and then go back to that chain space, and then make a puff stitch again, and then chain 1, and just continue what you did on the previous row. Now for the last stitch, just chain 1 and then make 1 double crochet on the last. Okay, so you can cut the yarn and then make a slip knot again for the white yarn. So this time we're going to have a single crochet on the next row, and then on the next will be a half double crochet. Okay, so just attach your yarn and chain 1 or single crochet, and then just make 1 single crochet on the puff stitch, and then on the space next to it will be 1 single crochet. Okay, so just 1 single crochet on the puff stitch, and then 1 single crochet again on the space. So just repeat this. Okay, I divided this top in 2 parts. So I have 32 puff stitches in each side. Okay, so on the 32nd, you are going to make single crochet together. Okay, so meaning to say, on the 2 puff stitches at the center, you're going to create 2 single crochet together. Okay, now we will proceed to half double crochets. So to start this row, just make 2 chains and then 1 double crochet on each of the chain. Okay, so just repeat this and we will pause at the middle part. Okay, as what I said earlier, I divided this top in 2 parts. So there are 32 puff stitches on each side. So from the center, you count 4 puff stitches, and then on the 4th puff stitch, you will make half double crochet together. Okay, and then on the next 3 will be a regular half double crochet. Okay, so you will just do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm done on the other side, on the right side. Now we will proceed on the next, on the left side. So let's just count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the fourth, we will have half double crochet together. And then on the succeeding rows will be just half double crochets. Now you can cut your yarn and proceed to your next, the yellow. Okay, just make another puff stitches or crochet braided stitch. So just do exactly as what I did earlier. Just make chains of 4 and then skip 1, proceed to the next and make 1 double crochet and chain 1, and then puff stitches thrice, chain 1 and then skip 1 and 1 double crochet. Okay, so just do that. Now at the last part, just make 1 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet, and then continue with 3 chains. Okay, turn your work and leave this space. Proceed to the next, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then go back to this space and make a puff stitch. Okay, so just continue the puff stitches at the end of this row, and then we can proceed to the next row with white lining. This time we're going to have half double crochets first. Just insert your yarn and then make a single crochet on the space, followed with 1 chain. So just like what you did on the previous row, you're going to make half double crochets on each of the puff stitches and space. So this is going to be the center of the puff stitches. On the next chain, I will have 1/2 double crochet together, and then continue with half double crochet, and then on the next is half double crochet together. Okay, and then you can now have 1/2 double crochet on each of the puff stitches and chains or spaces. Now we are going to work on the sides where you will place your strap. Okay, so just chain 1 and make 1 single crochet on the same stitch and place 2 single crochets on the double crochet stitches. Okay, this time we are going to have spaces because this is where you will place or insert your straps. So you can make single crochets and then 2 or 3 chains. If you have bigger beads for the tassel, please make 3 chains. But if the beads are smaller, you can just make 2 chains. Okay, and then you can cut the yarn now and do exactly as what you did on the other side. Okay, so after that, you can work on this side with single crochets. By the way, this is not going to look straight. Okay, now so we can start by making a slip knot and then insert your hook and yarn. Okay, because we have double crochet stitches here, of course, we will be making 2 single crochets each. So I just connected it on my straps. Just place 2 single crochets on each of the double crochet stitches. Continue until you reach on the side and at the bottom part. So here you can single crochet here and then 2 single crochets on the chain spaces. And then just remember, when you are on the corner, just place 1 single crochet and then chain 1. Don't forget the chain 1. And then another single crochet on the same stitch. So I just place a button on the cleavage part, and then crystals. And then this is how I make my tassel.
Okay, so this is the finished product. So I'm going to make a bikini bottom for this one, and hopefully I can make the tutorial as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And if you wanted to be notified for my upcoming videos, just ring the bell. So again, thank you for watching it.